Chica, and we're on day 1 of my series, Too Hot to Try. We're talking about inflammation. And like most lesson plans, let's start off with the definition. Because inflammation is one of those terms that gets broadly tossed around anytime anyone has the smallest amount of pain. Let's be sure we know exactly what inflammation is. Inflammation is solely the body's signal that something is wrong. And it's an alarm that lets us know that not only is our body maybe not operating optimally, but it's a signal that there is a pathogen that has entered the chat. So a pathogen is anything from the outside that has gotten on the inside, meaning bacteria, something viral, a foreign matter, like allergies, something environmental, or literally a physical thing has gotten into our bodies through a puncture or a cut or a tear or a wound, some sort of trauma. And then there are autoimmune diseases which cause inflammation that the body thinks that its own tissues are foreign matter, and then it begins to attack it. Now, here's the thing, before we continue on the series, note that the presence of inflammation does not necessarily mean that you have an inflammatory disease or a trigger. Good example is osteoarthritis. One of the most common forms of arthritis is simply from wear and tear, an old injury, or just from types of movement. We'll get into that more as we talk about the over 100 types of arthritis that are around and how you can treat it. Now, in closing, thinking about inflammation and broad terms that are prescribed, such as you may have heard that all disease is from inflammation. To some degree, that's true in that the pain that is associated with inflammation is a biochemical response. In the way that I view the body, whenever you hear me talk or post or give a lecture or anything regarding the body, it eliminates the possibility and probability that there may be something outside of a physiological trigger that can cause illness. So that means the whole scope of the human experience, spiritual, physical, emotional, you name it. We'll talk more about it as we get further in our series.